Have you ever wished someone could explain a really complicated health topic in a way that's, I don't know, simpler, maybe even a little fun? Well, you've come to the right place. Today, we're going to break down diabetes, but forget the dense medical jargon. We're doing it all with a chimp and a whole lot of oranges. So let's meet our hero, a super happy chimp who just loves oranges. And for this chimp, an orange isn't just a snack. It's pure, unadulterated energy. That sweet, juicy pulp, we're going to call that glucose. It's the fuel that powers every single thing our chimp does, from swinging on vines to just thinking chimp thoughts. But what happens when you get too much of a good thing? Well, sometimes that river of orange energy can get totally clogged up. And that leads us right to the heart of our story, a massive, sticky orange traffic jam. And right there, that's the simplest way to think about diabetes. It's when all that sweet pulp, that glucose, can't get to where it needs to go. So instead of fueling the body, it just gets stuck, piling up in the blood river and causing a huge mess. Okay, so normally in a healthy chimp, the body has this amazing system to prevent traffic jams. It makes a special kind of orange juice called insulin. Now, think of insulin as a VIP pass, or maybe a key. Its whole job is to run around and unlock the doors to your body's cells, letting all that awesome orange pulp rush inside to be used for energy. It's perfect. No traffic, just a chimp full of zip and zest. So, what's causing the jam in the first place? That's the big question, right? To figure that out, we need to take a little trip to the chimp's internal orange juice factory, which we call the pancreas. And this is where it gets interesting, because there are two main ways the factory can break down. On one side, you've got type 1. This is like straight-up factory sabotage. The body's own immune system gets confused and actually attacks the factory, shutting down juice production completely. No juice gets made, period. Then you have type 2, which is more like a factory burnout. Either the body's cells start ignoring the juice, that's called insulin resistance, or the factory itself just gets so overworked that it can't keep up with demand. And these two types tend to show up a bit differently. Type 1 can pop up really suddenly, and it often happens in younger chimps. Type 2, on the other hand, is usually a slow burn. It develops gradually over years and is more common in older chimps, sometimes connected to things like diet and being a bit of a couch potato chimp. Oh, and we gotta mention one special case, gestational diabetes. Think of it as a temporary orange overload that can happen when a mama chimp is expecting. The really good news? It almost always goes away after the baby chimp arrives. Okay, so if you suspect the factory might be on the fritz, how do you find out for sure? Well, it's time to get an official orange count. The very first step is just to go see a friendly doctor. Seriously, they're there to help. They've got all the tools to get a really clear picture of what's happening inside that blood river. And trust me, it's way less intimidating than you might think. And the process itself? It's really straightforward. You visit the doc, they take a tiny little sample from the blood river, and then you get the results, your very own orange report card that tells you exactly what your levels are. Now, one of the most useful tests they do is called the A1C. And this isn't just a snapshot of how many oranges you had for breakfast. Nope. It's more like a seasonal report card. It gives the doctor your average orange level over the last 2 or 3 months. It's an amazing tool for seeing the big picture. Getting a diagnosis, though, that's not the end of the story. Not at all. It's actually the beginning of a new one. It's all about finding that perfect, feel-good balance. So why is managing this so important? Well, letting that orange traffic jam just sit there can cause some real problems down the line. We're talking things like blurry vision, that weird pins and needles feeling in your hands and feet, and it puts a huge strain on your heart. Yeah, it's basically general misery, and nobody wants that. But here's the best part. You get a whole toolkit to deal with it. It's all about smart eating, budgeting your oranges, getting lots of fun exercise like tree swinging and coconut chasing. Sometimes you might need medication like juice capsules or shots to help out. And of course, keeping an eye on your orange levels to make sure you're on the right track. So, the big message here is that you can absolutely take charge. Our chimp is in the driver's seat. With the right tools and the right mindset, it's all about finding that new healthy equilibrium, that perfect feel-good balance. And this brings us to the final and I think best part of our story. Our hero chimp, now armed with all this knowledge, is totally in charge of their own health. Now, it's true that this orange imbalance can happen to any chimp, but some are at a higher risk. This usually includes older chimps,
Any chimp with a family history of factory problems and, well, chimps who might enjoy napping a little more than frolicking.
It's pretty incredible when you think about how far we've come with this. Chimps have been dealing with this puzzle for ages. Way back when, ancient healers even noticed a strange sweetness in, well, certain puddles. But the absolute game changer came in 1921 with the discovery of that magic orange juice, insulin. It completely transformed everything, turning a mystery into something you could actually manage. And that's really what it all boils down to, isn't it? Having the knowledge, getting diagnosed early, and having a supportive troop of friends and family around you, it makes the whole thing so much less scary. It replaces that fear with confidence. Because at the end of the day, this journey proves one thing. Knowledge is power. It really is. When our chimp understands what's happening inside their own body, they can make smart choices and keep on living a full, happy, and super energetic life. So, as we wrap things up, I'll leave you with this question to think about, not just for our chimp, but for all of us. In a world that's absolutely full of oranges, how will you find your healthy, peel-good balance? And of course, just a quick reminder that all this chimp wisdom is just to make a complex topic easier to understand. For any real-life health questions, please talk to a qualified doctor. Your health is definitely no banana joke. Thanks for turning into this explainer.